Hey, welcome to my video on my final project. I'm just going to jump right in to my welcome page as soon as I share. My name is Jacob Matson, and my goal this semester is to learn and improve my ability with data structures. My short-term goal with going to BYU Idaho is to first get my programming certificate and then decide from there if I want to be a software engineer or software developer or something else as far as a bachelor's degree or work in something as far as IT. Programming was never easy for me at first, but this class has really helped me kind of feel like I've got to wrap around things. So it's been a great semester. The three modules I'm going to show you today are stacks, sets, and trees. With my introduction to stacks is similar to how I would describe a stack of pancakes. In my module here, I go through and I talk about how on the stack, when you're dealing with the stack, you're usually dealing with the item on the top. So that means the last item. With stacks, you have your append and your pop, which is your common for to append is to add something, and to pop is to remove it. My problem solving for this, I provided an example, which I've added this little feature to click here to expand, and it provides a programming code that I wrote for a grocery list. In the grocery list, I have a function that will add to the grocery list. And then I have a function to remove something from the grocery list. And then I have a function to print the grocery list. So the first thing I'll do is I'll try to remove something from the list to make sure that I get the error message right here. That you have that there are no items to remove. I will add bananas, bread, milk, apples, and then I will attempt to add apples again to make sure that as a set, part of the stack that apples cannot, or that it can have, stacks can have duplicates unlike sets, but that it doesn't get added. So as I print my list, you'll notice bananas are not repeated. And then I will go into to attempt to remove milk. And then when I print my list, it looks like I didn't include the part where the expected results, but it'll show you too that it'll be bananas, bread, and apples. For the program that I want the person to write, I got a little creative and I inserted this really big picture, a lot bigger than I thought. And I thought for my final project, I would include a scenario where you felt like you were the programmer. So he says, you work for a company that creates games. You come into work and you are excited because you and your team are starting a new project today. After the pleasantries, your director tells you that you are creating the most amazing game called Harry Potter Wizarding Chess. And it's going to be epic. Your director splits your team up and gives you the assignment of writing a function and keep the track of each move on the board. So this is going to be my example of using a stack on the pieces. So when the learner clicks here, they're going to get a little bit of a build as far as the pieces. And I basically created a dictionary where the pieces can be kept track of by the dictionary number. And then on number 9 for the pawns, I did a dictionary within a dictionary. The player, so this is the information you will be given. You have a remove or a move and an undo button function, sorry. And so it is your project to do that. So, and then I made sure to include the solution if they needed it, just to where I added to the stack, undid, and nothing fancy as far as displaying, just display the fact that, you know, I was able to write here. You can see that the bishop right. So player 1 moved the right bishop to F1 from F1 to G2, and then that move was undone. And so then I displayed it again, or if you were to display it again, it would be basically back to here, and then make the move, correct the move. It continues as, you know, as there. And so that is my part for my topic 1, which is stacks. How to add to the stack. The list that the person uses for chess was to keep track of which move will happen last and undo. And so in that kind of scenario, I would think that a stack would be used. And my second is my sets. And why I just attached myself to sets was there was no duplicates. I thought this would be creative. And then as I went on and on, I realized that it isn't probably used as much as I thought it would be. I begin with identifying that how to create a set, and that we add and remove our pre-made functions within Python. Right here, you'll click to expand. And you'll see that I kind of gave an example of 3 scenarios of sets, how to use them and how to identify that it does not create duplicates. The problem solving here is I gave them an assignment to utilize unique attributes set for this identify duplicates within case numbers. So I'm providing a file to be included. So they have to open up the file, grab the cases, and identify which is the cases. And here is my solution. Here I just wrote, you know, I opened up the file, I created a complete file set, a case number set, and a duplicates. So I'm going to run through the file, pick out the specific fields within the file, and the file, and then add them to the case file. And then if it's already there, then I want it to add to the set called duplicates. So then I'm pulling the duplicates, and this is the expected results. And if we run that, that's what we get. My tree topic, my third module, was incredibly hard. I thought I did a good way of explaining it. This took me a while to learn. And so I tried to explain it in the best way I could as far as depth level, the heights and stuff. And then I could not, I basically took what we got from our BST to provide as an example. And then as I was working on, I got nothing to work for me. It was very difficult. I even took what was in those assignments and tried to change it around. And it was not working for me. I could not get anything to work. So this is the part I did not complete as part of my final project, is the trees. So I'm hoping to get some credit as far as how I displayed it here, but I appreciate your time and I hope you have a wonderful day.